All right, here we are. Our Take Sports Talk Show. Our new segment that we're about to introduce to you is very interesting because of the time of year it is. And it is the NBA playoffs. Starts this Saturday. And let's talk about the East playoffs, y'all. Who do you have between that 1 versus 8? We think it's going to be right now, it's still up in the air a little bit, but it looks like it's going to be either the Celtics or the Cavs are going to get the number 1 seed, and they're going to either play the Bulls or the Heat. What y'all think?
I think it's most likely it's going to be Boston, Chicago.
Agreed.
Nets not playing nobody, so Chicago should get that win.
Okay.
And Boston is not resting. Boston is going for the number 1 spot. So if I got Chicago versus Boston, they both split during the regular season.
I was about to say that's going to be an intriguing matchup.
It is. They both won home games.
I think it is.
Dwayne Wade playoff experience is going to be a major factor. Like, I don't think it's going to be. I say Boston will win, but I won't be shocked if it goes 7.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think the issue is, will the real Dwayne Wade, the real Rajon Rondo, and the real Jimmy Butler stand up?
Okay.
If those 3 guys show up,
They could
it
actually
could be a
win.
very competitive series. Now, did the Bulls lose a lot getting rid of McDermott and Taj Gibson rolling into the end of the year? Has to be another question in this playoff series.
They actually been playing better over the last
I was
last 2
about to
weeks.
say. They have been, right.
And Rondo's actually looked like the point guard that was
He
on
looks
Boston.
more like Rondo. Something obviously has motivated him down the stretch.
And also, D-Wade has been out, and they've been able to gel without D-Wade being in, which is interesting.
come back,
What's your
rest
thoughts?
Yo, I think you can argue on paper. You may be able to argue that the Bulls have a better lineup on paper to be able to. I think this is the matchup nightmare for Boston. If you ask me, for a first round perspective, you much rather have who's the other? You have the Heat. They much rather
Don't
play
sleep
the
on
Heat. Now the Heat,
had the
they've
best-
been playing
that's
well.
the best record since All-Star.
They've been playing well. I don't think that they match up like Chicago matches up with the guns that Boston has.
And let me just say, remember Boston's playoff history up to date with the same crew that they have now. They have not been successful in the playoffs.
That's true.
And I think a series is much different. It's very different when you get into a series, and I think that's when it's going to really
One
come
game
down
at
to
a time,
show.
the game
One
slows
game at a
down.
time, and
Experience that Dwayne Wade
matters.
and Rondo has matters. Now, Boston coaching to me is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
And I think that will be a bigger difference than Boston's actual players. The way the adjustments is made by their coaching staff.
I want to tell you, I think Brad Stevens is the best coach in the NBA.
he's one of. I would definitely say
This
one
year,
of.
if you look at it, with what he has to work with, being the number 1 seed in the East, I'm going to tell you, I think
he
he's
would
the
get my
best.
vote, Coach.
And
I'm
we
not-
talking about, he doesn't have the talent that a West Coast team has and things like that. He's got
one
players.
star.
He's got players,
but
but
he
he's got
one
one
star.
superstar.
He doesn't
Right.
have a superstar.
Okay,
He
you
has
can
one
argue
star.
And he's playing
Isaiah.
in a major market.
You know what it is with Boston? They're like a college team. They got the college coaches that is that college atmosphere. Everybody plays hard.
play team ball.
They play team ball, and even with what Isaiah Thomas does, he doesn't have that ego. You feel what I'm saying? They move that ball, and
And they don't stand
Now, the
around and
question
watch
is,
one
here's
player.
the biggest question of this series, honestly. Because most people are going to concede that Boston is probably going to win the series. Is having the 1 seed enough of an advantage for Boston to actually get deeper in the playoffs? Get past the
It's
team.
home court advantage. They get home court advantage. That's the
every
first
series.
plus. In every series, that's the first plus. When you look at what they'll be seeing in the next round, it's going to probably even up a little bit more talent-wise.
who would they
It's gonna
play
be
in the next
interesting.
round?
They would either have Washington or Atlanta.
All right. If Washington gets past Atlanta, like I think they should, I got Washington beating Boston. I don't want to go that far, but I think Boston's done in 2.
So, okay,
I
let's...
haven't made it past that point.
Wow.
We haven't made it past that point.
Okay, all right. Let's just say, for argument's sake, Boston gets the first seed. Then the Cavs drop down and get the 2 seed, and they play the Pacers the first round.
All right.
Anybody
so-
see a problem there?
No.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
The best thing about that series is watching LeBron
And Paul George.
PG
There you
13
go.
go at it. I'm watching that series is over.
And
Sweet.
that's going to be the 1-to-1 matchup of the East.
Yeah,
Right.
sweet.
It definitely is.
It's
I have
gonna
that
be
written
sweet.
down.
Sweet.
We'll be looking for another maybe Lance Stevenson blowing in LeBron's ear, possibly.
Okay.
That'd
The
be
next-
the most interesting
there you
thing
go.
in that
The
series.
next series would be the Raptors versus the Bucks, 3 versus 6. Do you see anything
This is my
interesting
upset
there?
special.
got the Bucks beating the Raptors in the first round.
I'm gonna go with the Greek Freak.
Nah,
I'm
listen.
gonna go with him.
They lost 3-1 during the regular season.
Yeah, I didn't.
They got no playoff. Tony Snell has the most playoff experience on that team.
I didn't.
16 games.
There's not enough I saw in the regular
Now,
season. that'll
but
make me
this is
believe.
where I could agree with him. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry in the playoffs.
They go
for
to
the
sleep.
past
They go to
couple
sleep.
years.
They go to sleep.
But they get out the first round.
Yeah, but Milwaukee has big
But
guards.
we're talking about the first round, and right now, just gonna put it out there, the
Tomorrow
Raptors are 14-2 against division
Absolutely.
opponents.
Let me tell you
Didn't they
something.
go 7 last year in the first round?
I
They
can't
did.
remember. Okay.
Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
First of all, I love the job that Jason Kidd's doing with that team.
Yeah.
You know, he has really turned himself into a player's coach. And he's actually created a player who was like himself, but who's bigger,
Just
more athletic,
6'10".
and is amazing player.
They
Let me
are
tell you what I like
missing.
about
They
him.
are missing
They're
Parker.
missing one piece.
They are
Jabari.
missing Parker.
They're missing one piece. But you know what I love about Milwaukee is the way that they defend on the wings. If you watch this team, they defend on the wings almost better than
It's the length.
any other team.
It's the
They're
length.
long,
They're
right,
long.
right.
Okay,
Now,
now
But let me ask a question. Now, is this team built and ready to get out the first round? Because that's what we're looking at. Because they have no experience
All right,
really
this
when
is-
you look at it.
This is what I give them. They're not scared, right? Their point guards are bigger than Kyle Lowry, their starting point guard, the rookie. And then off the bench you got Dellavedova, who you know is who's gonna piss
He's
you
playoff
off.
ready. He's playoff ready.
He's gonna make you upset. I'm not saying Dellavedova is a star or anything like that, but he can't frustrate you defensively. He's that dude in the park that you don't want guarding you.
Okay.
That's what he is.
I'm not gonna co-sign that.
And,
me
and no,
just-
listen
let me
what
just
I'm
say
saying.
this.
And listen,
I hear that.
look at the past how Kyle Lowry has struggled
Hold on.
in the playoffs.
Let me just say this to you. Della exposed is exactly what he is. He's gotten exposed. I don't see the Dellavedova impact on any series. Okay, I
I'm
just
talking
don't
about,
see it.
I'm talking about defensively. It's like always having Tony Allen on you. Like you hear the way Kobe talk about Tony Allen. Like we look at Tony Allen, we like he's Tony Allen. But Kobe on the court, like yo, when this guy's playing, I don't want this dude on me.
I think we're
That's
asking
the
the wrong.
past.
I think we're asking the wrong question about the team that probably won't get out of the first round. Getting out of the first round. I think the team that has the most suspectness. I don't even know if that's a word. We gotta fact check that.
Don't worry about it. It's good, it's
But
good
in
right
today's
now.
generation,
I'm going with that. I get it. I get it.
Good.
I think, and I picked them to win that series, but I think it's actually the Washington Wizards who
Nah.
we should be asking, are they going to get out?
Nah,
of
they
the
Well, the
Yeah.
Hawks is a tough matchup.
They-
the Hawks is a tough matchup. I would
Washington beat
definitely
them
say,
3-1 in the season.
but I'll still
Well,
say
you
the
throw all
Hawks
that
is a
stuff out
tough,
of the playoffs.
tough matchup.
And
for
I
them.
think John Wall has a chip on his shoulder from the last time they beat him. Remember, he got hurt, and Washington ended up blowing that series.
Okay, let me steer this back to this here. Let's talk about predictions at this point.
Okay.
If Boston plays the Bulls,
Which is what was likely is what's
well,
going to
let's just say, but what would you give as far as the series? What you having in?
I'm gonna say 4-2. I won't be surprised if it's 4-3 Boston.
I got a 7-game series. I got Boston in 7.
I'm gonna piggyback off Leaf. I think the Celtics they beat them 4-2, but again, I agree. I wouldn't be surprised if that was 7 games.
I would say 4-1 if they had to go. If they had to play the Bulls, I'd have
wow.
Boston 4-1.
Whoa.
And now listen. Now let's just say something happens and the Cavs get the first seed and they got to see the Bulls. How would you go with that
I think
series?
the Cavs have kind of conceded to take the second seed. Like,
Yeah,
they don't
but-
care.
But it's
For
in
the
there.
for the
It's
sake
in
of
there.
argument, the Bulls don't want to play the Cavs. Obviously, no. I don't. Regardless of what we think the Cavs are or not, nobody wants to play the Cavs. Let's be honest with.
4-1.
It's 4-1.
What's the prediction?
4-1.
Just what's the prediction? So you're giving the Bulls one game.
one
I'm
game.
really giving them
Yeah,
one.
giving
I
them
don't think
one.
they. I'm giving them.
Okay.
I give them one.
Giving them one.
So let's say Cavs Heat.
Sweet.
If Cavs Heat,
I don't know about that. I'd say that go 5.
Sweet.
I'd say that go 5.
Sweet.
I'm going.
Get them out
We're
of
giving
here.
the Cavs a lot of credit. Like I said, what are they not?
home court advantage. I can see the Heat getting one game out of that.
I'm trying to tell you.
I can see that. Okay, so let's go to
LeBron is gonna try to kill Pat Riley. He's not even on the court. Sweet.
let's go Boston versus the Pacers if it falls that way. Who would you have in how many games?
Boston in
That's
6. Fuck it.
Boston is 6.
Yeah.
Really
What you
want to
got?
say 5, but 6.
Well, I got Boston in 6 too. I mean,
Boston is 6.
Yeah, that's more like a 5. I'd lean more 6 than 5. But I get
won't be
Indiana.
surprised if it's 5.
And my answer does not change if it's Cleveland versus Indiana.
Let me say
Although
this.
it would be a nice matchup to see Paul.
Yeah.
Boston,
It'd be cute.
LeBron.
It'd be cute.
Boston Pacers, I would say is sweet. Boston.
Listen, but let's be honest. There's a common theme outside of maybe Indiana.
Well, we're going to get a little.
Go ahead,
It gets
go
a
ahead.
little
But
tighter.
there's a common theme. We could argue the East is pretty well matched up. The East is pretty well matched up.
Close.
Some top heavy teams we can
Right.
say, all right, maybe Indiana's
There's really only
What series is it?
it's probably going to be one series in the East that's not interesting.
We could argue
And
at this table. Go ahead.
It's only going to be the matchup between LeBron and Paul
whoever they
George
play.
if it falls. But
But
who
you
else
could
cares about
argue
that series?
you could argue you'd rather to see Miami and Chicago in the playoffs as opposed to Indiana.
Yes, that's my. I would agree with that. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I think
stories are a
Indiana.
lot.
Paul George to me plays down instead of playing out.
Not when LeBron's on the other side.
I'm just. He hasn't beaten them yet.
Not
They went at it a
no,
couple weeks
see,
ago.
but we don't expect him to beat him. I just want to see him go at it.
I want to
That's
do
it.
with his
All right.
team. Want to do with his team.
Let's go to the next two is Raptors versus the Bucks. How do you see that unfolding?
This is my
Jace,
upset
right,
special.
that's
This
your
is my
upset. So what's the
upset.
upset? What you
I'm
got?
going with Milwaukee in 7.
Milwaukee in
I'm
7.
going with Jason.
They gotta go to Toronto. You're gonna take a young team that gotta go to Toronto on a game
that's
7.
his call.
I'm just making rationalizing.
It's on
That's
you.
all.
It's on you. It's on
That's
you.
all.
It's on you.
What you
call?
got?
Nah, I'm going. It's gonna be a 6-game series. No way Milwaukee's winning that series.
Toronto in 6, and I'm just saying it because I'm just saying Toronto.
I'm gonna
I can
go.
see what he's talking about.
I'm gonna go Toronto in 6, and I'll give you major props if they pull off the upset if the Bucks
I'm the
win.
guy that says
It's
All right.
recorded. It's on film.
It's on
It's
there.
on
All
film.
right.
We
Last
got the
one.
documentation.
Wizards versus the Hawks, and the Wizards has home court. How do you go with
Washington in 5.
this? Washington 5.
Jay.
I'm going to go Washington in 7. It's gonna be a
Washington
good
7.
series. Tough series.
Now I got Washington at 6.
Come on now.
I'm not a believer in any of those teams.
So what you
I'm
got?
gonna go Washington at 6 though.
I would say Washington 6 also.
Yeah.
I'll go Washington 6. You know what? Listen, that's the East for you. And that's what the East is about. East.
Come on.